And in sports, continuous refereeing course rolled out across all regions. Dumelang. Now, the President of Estonia, Re Ala Karis, and the First Lady, Me Seje Karis, as well as Estonia's senior government officials and business delegation, will undertake a 4-day state visit to Botswana from today. Botswana and Estonia have had long-standing relations dating back to 2003, and this meeting reaffirms the commitment to strengthening ties and exploring opportunities for further cooperation. The two currently cooperate in various areas, including the e-taxation, ICT, and digital transformation. A number of fruitful outcomes have been realized as a result of this cooperation, including the introduction of the BURS online tax return system. Now, local Kwaito sensation Thabo Ntirang, popularly known as Mapetla in the music industry, has passed away. This Koko hit maker is reported to have met his ultimate untimely demise, in a tragic accident on Sunday night. According to a family member, the accident happened in Pakalane, Gaborone. Mapetla broke into the music scene as a Kwaito singer in the early 2000s with hits like Hey Wena and Skoko. Though his music was highly influenced with South African Kwaito genre, he contributed significantly to talent development in the local music industry through collaborations and nurturing new talent. May his soul find peace. Now, the Botswana Geoscience Institute experts have cleared the suspicion of possible ground subsidence due to tremors emanating from the BCL mine at number 3 shaft in Silbepikwe. The director of science delivery, Repuso Akanyang, confirmed this when responding to questions fielded by councillors after a comprehensive presentation to the full council meeting.
The uncertainty and questions that have been lingering in the minds of the residents of Silbepikwe were addressed, referencing the results of the surveys conducted, progress made in stabilizing the tremors, ongoing monitoring exercises, and the scheduled review and improvement of the safe mine closure plan for number 3 shaft.
The main strings.
High level demand plan, the depth at which the mine workings, underground mine workings, is deep enough to make sure ground subsidence.
The depressurization of underground water by pumping, monitoring and maintaining the water level is currently ongoing, simultaneous with seismic monitoring to reduce the tremors in Silbepikwe traced to number 3 shaft.
We assess what if we were to move the water level from 1,000 to 830, now what is the most optimized way of doing it without causing any problems, tremors and other things like that. So we're going to re-optimize that. The other thing that we need to do, like I've already said, is to conduct geotechnical and hydrogeological operational risk assessments.
Zooming into the overall BCL Mines Safe Closure Plan, long-term risks and management plan with identified role players, paired to the responsibilities and outlined economic and social opportunities, coupled with the realization strategy, will be articulated.
First and foremost, a detailed SPA microzonations plan. We need to do that. We need to conduct a mine closure scoping study and also do a mine closure plan cost and strategy. It will now go for funding exercises. It will go through the stakeholder consultations. It will go through the government approval processes, parliamentary approval processes, and approval and implementation. And then finally we get into the final implementation of the plan.
The long-term safe mine closure plan will inform the viability of possible socio-economic benefits that may be harnessed from the mine, such as underground water harvesting for agricultural use, establishment of research sites, and tourism, among other opportunities. Karabo Mulusi, BTV News, Silbepikwe.
The Minister for Lands and Water Affairs, Dr. Kefense Muzunila, says the various land boards in the country should benchmark from one another in order to enhance service provision. The Minister shared this, that each land board has its own strength that others can benefit from. Dr. Muzunila said this at the Botswana Association of Tribal Land Authorities Conference in Palape. Sulefelo Tombale.
The government has prioritized land ownership
as one of the primary drivers behind economic transformation, and for that reason the focus has turned to resourcing and optimizing the various land boards that regulate allocation and land use. At a special conference for the Botswana Association of Tribal Land Authorities, BATLA, the land boards were encouraged to improve their efficiency by learning from each other's experiences and knowledge.
I believe every land board has a strength. If you don't know it, I will tell you. Every land board has a strength. Now, you need to look at each other's strengths and benchmark for what is it that is strong about these particular ones. I get about and they have very strong governance, etc., etc. So you need to look at each other and see how you benchmark from each other.
The new leadership of BATLA shared some of their priorities.
So some end up bad and illegal land activities. But so it is a public education.
The existence of this association as an advisory body to government is critical for the future of Botswana's land management, which is why our legislators saw it fit to formally recognize our association through the Section 52 of Tribal Land Act of 2018. We now look forward to the conclusion of this transformation through the development of the subsidiary legislations to operationalize Section 52 of Tribal Land 2018.
While the association said they have resource and challenges that they hope changes in the Tribal Land Act of 2018 will help improve, they did say that they have managed to allocate 67,000 plots out of the 100,000 target given by the government. Solefela Tombale, BTV News.
The Member of Parliament for Khabane, Mankhodi Rekagiso Musi, has urged parents to ensure that their children have a religious background, as that would have a positive impact in molding them. He said doing so will assist families in conflict resolution. Musi made the remarks during a relationship reconciliation seminar organized by Salvation for Christ International Church in Khabane. Budulo Morosi.
When it comes to reconciling families and relationships, the church is seen as a national pillar as well as the main driver to spread peace and tranquility. Mr. Kagiso Musi says parents should not be discouraged to bring children to church in order to raise them in the right path.
Jaanong a re neng re lwantsheng bana ba rona gore kereke ke yone bokamoso ke yone botshelo. Tiro e ga e ka ke a kgonwa ke puso e le nosi. Every time ha motsadi a na le mathata ba go puso me le rona e sa leng re tlogela kgang ko morago e le rona e sa leng re hitlha kgang.
Tota mmaba ba ga itse gore a re kgone mo malapeng o simolola a re harologanya hence reconciliation. There must be reconciliation because almost 3 years can two work together unless they agree. So in our family, together with our children, with our wife, with our husband, there must be reconciliation. There is nothing that can work if there is no agreement.
Conducting family affairs by consulting each other is viewed as most important when it comes to reconciling and relationship building.
When you are always right. When I live at Wabantinja, Balimoli Nyalo, Baliko Tiro, Balimodi committee, they are always right, their word is final. That kind of attitude will not build a relationship. Whether business-wise, or love affair, or more family,
Attendees in this seminar learned a lot in relation to families and relationship reconciliation.
A lot of us, we differ because of a lot of reasons we know. But for us to move forward, we need to embrace reconciliation. Without reconciliation, there is nothing that we can achieve. We need to put aside our differences, because the first thing is no one is perfect. So if somebody has made a mistake in your life, don't write them off. In your family, if somebody has made a mistake, don't write them off.
Bana ba rona ja ka ile gore ba ithuta mo go rona batsadi ba bone re mise mowa wa go tlhoka go itshwarelana ka gore Kriste a re itshwarelane jaano ga go ntse a lo go aga tshaba e ritibetse maikutlo.
The community is encouraged to seek help from relevant authorities when it comes to conflict resolutions. Budulo Mogoros, BTV News, Gabane.
Now, the public has been advised to pay attention to issues that affect pregnant women, especially their mental health during pregnancy and after birth, which many people are believed to overlook. This was shared by Jose Lopez's wife, Masibiti Khasitsiwe, during a workshop called to facilitate pregnant women on their journey and their health in Kanye. Kisofetse Makwinja.
Ms. Khasitsiwe says many women suffer pre- and postnatal depression unaware. Therefore, she applauded the initiative, urging all those who are involved, including partners and caregivers of pregnant women, to visit organizations like Itulufetse to equip themselves about challenges that may arise during and post-pregnancy so that they may be able to identify and respond to emergencies well on time.
To make informed decisions maphelong a rona re le bomme. My plea to you is that it shouldn't end here. Let it trickle down to your peers, to your family members and your communities. Le bona ba utlwa hore na thuto e le fumaneng e reng, and also le bona where to get services.
The director of Kitulufetse, Ms. Ponto Kodisa, says the vision of the organization is to ensure that mental health and antenatal care information is spread across the nation and be put to use to reduce the challenges and the consequences brought about by lack of knowledge in handling issues related to pregnancy.
Ever since re simolla ho dira ditiro tsa rona tse leng go psychoeducator e leng tota go gasa molaetsa ka botsogo jwa tlhaloganyo jwa bomme ba ba itsholoetseng le batsetsi le go ba tlhatlhobela condition e re bitsang pre and postpartum depression mo gongwe be nna go fara counseling. We have helped more than 400 women ba ileng gore ba tswa mo Kanye district
ba ba re imisitseng bana ba kgona gore le bone ga re na le seabe mo go ba tsenyeng di-stress ka gore ke be ke na le stress mme ke sa itse gore gongwe ke yone mo go causa mo go teng ke yone depression yaanong ke heletsa ke ntshetsa stress sa me mo go rre
ke rotloetsa ba bangwe ba ileng gore ba ne ba sa kgona go tla kana e le mme o itholofetseng a le ko lapeng a tlhoka thuso mabapi le tsone tse tsa PMTCT kana a tlhoka kitso e tseneletseng mo go tsone tsa postnatal depression gore o ka ikgolaganya le ba kitsolofetse kana a tsena ko tleliniking e gaufi
bo rra be re utlwa gore re supiwa ka menwana go ditlhomo gore ga go sena go nna re le lemoga gore go botlhokwa gore re ire botshelo re be jaanong re botlogela mo tseleng re tlogela motho jaanong ka morwalo e tekwaga go a le nosi. Ms.
Khasitsiwe pleaded with the nation to seek counseling for all pregnant women, their partners and caregivers, especially concerning maternal health, to reduce the rising mortality rate amongst unborn babies and pregnant women. Gesero Fetse Makwinja, BTV News, Kanye.
Now, social ills such as substance and drug abuse remain a serious concern amongst the youth in Gaborone and surrounding areas. The remarks were made this morning by the Gaborone City Mayor, Ray Austin Abraham, at the meet and greet session with the Junior Chamber International World President Ray Kavin Kamaravel, who ended his 3-day visit to Botswana this morning. Mujadi Mukibelo.
Most of the youth are battling different challenges including unemployment, drug abuse, as well as safety of children, amongst others. In addressing these social ills, there is a need to initiate collaborative initiatives and opportunities for development from the individual and community level.
We are having a problem, Mr. President, with our youth. I don't know where these drugs are coming from, but they are really killing our society, so our future generation is doomed.
The visit by JCI World President is expected to present a unique opportunity in strengthening global ties for a positive impact amongst communities.
One of the important purpose of this visit is to ask the Honorable Mayor for support for JCI and also to use JCI Botswana, because we are a young group of members here, and we can always be a great supporter of the initiatives by the government, because around the world we have been there have been many examples where we are working closely with the government.
The collaboration between the Junior Chamber Botswana and the Junior Chamber International will foster collaborations and further explore robust and sustainable avenues for developing communities at large. Mojati Mukibelo, BTV News, Gaborone.
Some farmers who have been assisted by the government through the program in the Southern District have appreciated the noble help as they have managed to acquire tractors and other implements with minimal costs. They shared their jubilation, affirming that they are now well equipped to complement government's quest for food sovereignty. Emmanuel Rapua.
From time immemorial, crop production has been synonymous with Botswana, complemented by livestock rearing, which sustainably kept them as a source of food and medium of exchange. Thriving economies are cognizant of the trickle effect derived from the agricultural sector, hence fully supporting it. Botswana is not left behind, as crop production has the potential to grow the national economy and creation of employment. It is against this background that the government committed to assist farmers with 50% funds to purchase ideal farming implements.
Mo nakong ya gompieno re ke bone thuso ya lenaneo la temo le toto. Ke le bone yalo lenaneo la teng ke ntshitse hafa lenaneo le ntsheditse hafa. Trekere hela madi a yone it was 455,000. Ya no ga bona hela gore go kgaogana jang. Ya no ra etla nthusa thata mo katlegong e ke bonneng jalo ka gore etla he ho sa mo sepelo a mo atemo a go leleka bokgola.
Sa me ya no tota ke leboga thata puso ra go be e re gopotse go tsa re diretse se re diretseng ka gore madi a kana ha re ka ke motho wa bona gope a gompieno puso e bonyeng gore go botoka tlhabolle Batswana ka one.
The program is on full swing to support those ready to buy new tractors and necessary equipment.
Tshwantse a bole Motswana hela o dingwaga di 18 go ya go godimo ona le tshimo kana o hirisitse masimo kana wa dimile masimo a leng gore a di ekere di roba bobedi go ya go godimo ke sone se leng gore sa tlhokagala ha e tlhaole ibile ga e lebe ope gore ntse ha o se tsona le bokgoni hela ba goreng o ka ntsha 50% kana sephatlo gore mentanta sephatlo mo madi a le goreng di dirisiwa tseo le terekere di tlebe di lopa madi ao wa qualify.
One of the challenges that has been hampering food sufficiency in the country is lack of powerful and modernized farming implements, and the government has come on board to support farmers in their endeavor to acquire necessary advanced farming implements. Emmanuel Rapua, BTV News, Machana Fields.
And that's how we end our bulletin at this hour. Thank you for watching. The Brang is standing by to give you sports.
Thank you very much, Kelo Sabone. Now in context, the sports news follows with me, Ntabugan Sebetlela. Botswana Referees Association manager Purisora Setsoga says Botswana Football Association has rolled out a continuous refereeing course across all regions in a quest to produce referees who play a pivotal role in improving the standing and quality of football in Botswana. Katleho Kakwele.
Those who are interested in undertaking the continuous refereeing course have been advised to register at their respective regions. Rasetsosa stressed that they are going to be very strict when registering the participants to ensure that they work with a crop of aspiring referees who will commit to the course and understand its benefit to avoid cases of referees withdrawing from the course, which comes at a cost to BFA.
Between 18 and 25. Ka gore dingwaga di ra go le gontsi mo go goleng ga motshwaraphala ha o tsena mo botshwaraphaleng dingwaga di setse di potile ka kwa ga ona go tsana go etelele re go bohelong e be re sa go dirisi ka gore ha o retire mo refereeing tshwanetse re be re go dirisa mo di structureng tse dingwe nna asasara go nna instructora go tsa ona administrator ya referee mme ya le gore ya no experience ya go e go tlase ya tlhaela ha re ka kra go dirisa ya no re tla be re go train bo sa re tswele mosola e be le gore ya no go tshwana le ha re epile motlhobodika e be re katela madia a seshaba mo gone.
It is hoped that the continuous refereeing course would help in producing top-quality referees who would become renowned match officials who can be called up for big-stage competitions such as AFCON and World Cup games. Katleho Kakule, BTV Sport, Gaborone.
In the Orange FA Cup games played yesterday at Lobatse Sport Complex, Sua Flamingos proceeded to the last 16 after thrashing Extension Gunners 3-1. Sua's 2 goals were scored by Samuel Makoro in the first half, while third goal was scored by Msebisi Moyo in the second half. Gunaguna managed to pull one back through Bipolo Waiti in the second half. Let's take a look at the highlights.
Extension Gunaguna Vanusa Notosha Flamingos. Samuel Makoro, Hojamosi Kutong, 2 versus 2. Arwane, Mutumsita Moto, Musokobanji, Usidirile, Abadi Alajalo, Samuel Makoro. 1 versus 1. Utadirakana Lamzala, Barwa Maratola, Tomakamara Wabatsi, Baitela, Samuel Makoro, Samuel Wanako Tokotokum Pebisi, Utadirakana Moyo! Moyo! Usidirile! Mataselong Manganku, Utadirakole in the 18 area. Wipelo! Usidirile!
I think I spoke about consistency, that the second round we want to do better than the first round, and our first 2 games on the league we did well. We managed to collect 6 points and clean sheet, and coming today again, I think we spoke about Lobatse as a ground where I think we have done well. We have never lost. It's our lucky pitch, or it's our hunting ground. I'm happy overall, especially in terms of progression, but I might say our opponents at one time, I think they were having the ball more than us.
We conceded 3 silly goals, but I thought on the balance of play, we played in patches. There were moments where we were good on retention, very good, like you could not distinct between which one is Premier and which one is First Division. But in football, you know, there's no point in playing so well, but you cannot find that pocket where you can hit your opponent. There were moments where I thought Vuyo could have played that forward pass to find the run. And there were moments where my strikers could not run behind the defense to play that ball. And where we went, played that ball, where my number 9, that young boy, was running behind the defense. Koro van der West.
And now, lastly, Ross Branch finished 4th in overall at the Abu Dhabi Challenge that came to an end over the weekend. Kalahari Ferrari finished outside the podium after winning the 5th and final stage on Saturday in a time of 2 hours 32 minutes. Ross has raised his total points to 50, making himself the leader of the World Rally Raid Championship 2024, another first for Team Hero Motorsport, collecting several points from around the win. Hero Motorsport has catapulated to the top of the manufacturing Manufacturers Leaderboard in the FIM World Rally Raid Championship 2024. This is also the first time any Indian manufacturer has reached this level on a global stage.
That's the end of Abu Dhabi Desert Challenge, and yeah, what a race. You know, so many ups and downs, but we needed to get to the finish line and get the points for the World Championship. We did that. So it's ticked off the goal. Obviously, it's not the result that I wanted, but we'll just keep on working at it and yeah, keep pushing away. And yeah, I'm looking forward to Portugal. I'm feeling strong and feeling really, really focused and motivated to win. And yeah, the team is amazing.
From In Context, the sports desk, that was all we had for you this hour. Until we meet again later in the day. For now, thank you for staying with us and good afternoon.
O tsogile jang mo nakong tsa gompieno re harharilwe ke malwetse a sa tshelwaneng ka go harologana bokankere khupelo madi a matona le one malwetse a sukiri tota